Hello, I'm Shreya and welcome back to another coffee discussion. From our last few coffee discussions, we've had a fair understanding as to how our three layers, layer 1, layer 2 and layer 3, which is the L1 reptilian, L2 mammalian and L3 neocortical part of the brain communicate with each other. We saw two communication pathways, the top-down communication pathway and a bottom-up communication pathway. And we also understood from our coffee discussion that mental chatter as a phenomenon is the part of layer 3 neocortex, our recently most developed part of the brain. Today, we'll try and understand how an untrained layer 3 neocortical part of the brain can either fire or misfire chemicals in L1 and L2, causing us to release hormones of stress. So let's go. You remember when we were talking about stress hormone and we discussed about cortisol? Cortisol is our inbuilt alarm system. Now this hormone was responsible for our fight and flight behavior. Now suppose what happens is all of us have deadlines, targets to meet, assignments to submit. Now, when we are not able to fulfill those deadlines or we're about to reach those deadlines, we keep on replaying this negatively biased stress again and again and again in our layer 3. This causes mental chatter. Now, this mental chatter also brings about past memories of past failures without realizing if this is a reality or a previous thought. This signals L2 and L1 to fire a chemical of cortisol, the stress hormone, which causes us stress, anxiety, and depression. So now the question is, can we train our layer 3, the untrained part of the brain, from misfiring these chemicals? So the answer is yes. This is the new most developed part of the brain. And scientists have found out that this part of the brain is actually neuroplastic. What does neuroplasticity mean is that, unlike previously understood, our brains are not rigid. They do change shape throughout our lives. So, with a skill called as mindful awareness, we can train our untrained layer 3 from misfiring the other layers. In our next coffee discussions, we will further discuss about this skill and how we can prevent it from misfiring. So thank you so much.